Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mark from Northwest Bourbon. I am your host for the Veterans Whiskey Club live stream. We do it on the first Saturday of the month every month. So if this is your first time here, thank you for being here. If you're a regular attendee at these monthly get-togethers, meetings, whatever you call them, veterans live streams. If you're a regular attendee, if you know any veterans out there that are not attending, that need somebody to drink with, that need like-minded individuals to hang out with, etc., please pass them an invite so we can keep spreading the word that there is a place that you can go and tell your war stories, talk about your military history, learn more about other people's stories and other pieces of history we go over together. And you can drink with veterans from all over the world, and you don't have to drink and drive to do so. Okay, let's keep it safe. Let's make sure we're drinking more water than we're drinking whiskey. And make sure nobody's drinking and driving, because drinking and driving is dumb. Super dumb. See who's all in the chat so far. By the way, everybody, please vote in the chat. Vote on which branch you are representing. And we will see at the end of the live stream which branch represented the strongest. And the last couple of months, I think the Navy's won, but it's usually Army that takes it. But Navy's been repping really hard. I think Air Force has only won once. William Reynolds, first one in the house. Good to see you, my friend. We are really excited. This is the first month of 2026. 2026 is, of course, the 250th anniversary of America being America. Oh my goodness. So lots of fun videos to and things to talk about when it comes to the 250th anniversary of America. Let's do it.
In 2026, the United States marks the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Throughout the year, the Department of War, under the leadership of the Secretary of War, will reflect on our role in winning, preserving, and celebrating American independence. Join us each week as we highlight the people, places, and moments that shaped our past, and recognize the military and civilian professionals whose service continues to drive innovation, leadership, and excellence. Join us for the Department of War's 250 years, reflective moments of America's military.
All right, so you heard that. The Department of War is going to highlight a different thing or person or event every week. Every week they're going to have a different thing highlighted. So I'm going to have to start following the Department of War to see what the heck that they're going to be highlighting. Should be an interesting year, don't you think? I think so. But I dropped the link in the chat, so anybody who wants to jump on screen and join, you're more than welcome to jump on screen. Let me just pin. I need to pin the link to the top, so hold on a second. Pinning the message. There we go. All right. So far, the poll is tied 35% Army and Navy. Then Navy just jumped ahead 39%. Man, thank you guys for voting. I appreciate all you guys doing that. Also, the like button is free today. We did a lot on our part to make sure it was free for you tonight. Now, I am a brand ambassador for Warriors and Whiskey. This is the Veterans Whiskey Club that is under the umbrella of Warriors and Whiskey. So you guys can check in the description of the video. Has a link to their website. They are the ones that make Brass and Anchor whiskey. And they also run the Facebook groups and Instagram pages and stuff for the Veterans Whiskey Club, the Veterans Cigar Club, and for Warriors and Whiskey. And so make sure you check them out. Also, I have the Instagram and the website for Heritage, because the Veteran Whiskey of the Month. Hold on, I need to pull that up so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Boom. Let's move this over here. I'll share the screen with you. Screen. Show you that Heritage. Boom. All right. The veteran whiskey of the month is Heritage. Now, you guys saw a few months back, I did the Special Operations Salute. It's absolutely fantastic, gorgeous bottle. But you guys know the rules. I cannot feature the same bottle more than once because I want to do my part in sharing with you guys all the veteran-owned whiskeys out there, because there's a lot of veteran-owned whiskeys out there. And so that's why I want to make sure that I highlight and put in the spotlight a different bottle every month. And so this month is going to be the Stieffel Select. This is a single barrel 4-grain from Heritage. When I interviewed Drew, he's the vice president of production. That's his official title over at Heritage. But that just means he's in charge of making stuff happen and making sure a product comes out. And he's the person that was behind the Special Forces Salute bottles and these Stieffel Selects, which if you scroll down, see they've got a ton of these new bottles now. They've got D-Day anniversary ones. They've got a tribute to Army dogs. Right here, War Dogs. Let's see. This is the Stieffel Select. So the 4-grain is the one that I'm drinking, and it looks like they're sold out of the 4-grain right now. But that is my veteran whiskey of the month. And we got some people jumping on. There's Sean and Z-Man.
Cheers, buddy.
What's going on, brother?
What's happening? I'm about to pour my first pour of the night.
Okay.
Now, like I said, Drew from Heritage, he was a commissioned officer in a light infantry unit. He did Ranger school, so he had his Ranger tab, and I think he did air assault school as well. But he did a bunch of those kind of high speed schools. I think it was in the late 90s, I believe, if I remember right. But you guys can go back and watch the interview I did with Drew when he talked about his military service and about Heritage. And so,
cool, man.
Raise a glass to that.
Well, let me find an empty glass here. This one. I don't have any of that, unfortunately, Mark, so I can't join you. But I guess I'll just go with this guy.
Oh, that's solid. Solid. Yeah. And one of the other things, like we just watched a video of the 250th anniversary. I should do a thing. There's so many videos out already. I should do a thing to where every time I mention it, I have to play a new video.
There you go.
Because that wouldn't get old. Let's see. Share video.
When you celebrate 250 years of America, understand America is a nation. It's not an economy. It's not a government. It's not even documents. It is a nation. Part of the 250-year anniversary should be a reminder that this was a nation founded on a powerful idea. Each generation of Americans brought this country closer, not further, but closer to the fulfillment of the principles of our founding. That is the story of our nation. That is the 250 celebration is about. It's not just a celebration of a country. It is a celebration of a people and of our story and what we have done together for 250 years, and for God willing, what we will do for many, many more years to come, not just for our sake, not just for our children's sake, but for the sake of the world.
Yeah, man.
Ben,
Hey, there we go.
What's up?
Nice tasting glassware, Mark.
Say again. Oh yeah. I wonder how I got such good tasting glassware. Thank you guys for joining. But what I was getting at is that this being the first month of the 250th anniversary, I, of course, was tempted to throw up some 250th anniversary bottles that I have.
There you go.
250th anniversary. And
cheers, Troy.
This guy. And so what is going to happen at the end of the live stream? So right before we close down and play taps, guys, remind me in case I get all drunk and emotional by then. Remind me to spin the wheel to all the people that are still here watching when we get to the end of this live stream. You're going to get a sample of the 250th Green River, the 250th anniversary Horse Soldier.
There you go.
And you're going to get a sample of the Stieffel Select, which is the veteran whiskey of the month that I am highlighting and need to write on the board.
Very cool, man.
So you'll get a sample of all three of those just by still being here like 2 hours from right now. All you have to do is hang out and drink whiskey with us, and you can win.
I'm pretty good at that.
Remember when these streams were like 30 minutes, and we were like, "No, that's not okay."
Yeah. Hey, Mark, I'd be curious of your opinion and all the fellas' opinion on chat and panel. I gotta say, man, I'm becoming more and more of a fan of the Marco Rubio. As an ex-Floridian, I liked him okay when I was down there, but I think he's kind of coming to his own here in recent years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any thoughts, Mark? Anything to...
I do not know enough about what's going on with him to really have an opinion to share.
Fair enough.
Shredwood?
Oh, there we go. Look at all these sexy stuff.
What's up?
Cheers. What up?
He
Yeah, we got
seems to be an adult in a room full of children.
There you go.
I would agree with that, Troy.
Hang out and drink whiskey. I'm down with that.
Don't forget, little Marco.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. I tend to disagree with that statement.
What does that have to do with it?
I'm just saying, like, how ridiculous it is to just, you get
that have to do with the Marco War and
I think, as Troy points out, I think he is the adult in the room these days.
Seems to be.
I thought Troy was talking about himself.
I am far from the adult in the room. I might be the oldest, but I'm not the adult.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not either. To Troy's point, I recognize a man that can carry himself and be well mannered. That's all.
I think Mr. Mom's got a few years on you, Troy. No offense, Mr. Mom.
No,
right.
in fact, I said it. I know I got a few years on him.
Eric's here. Orlando's here. Dave's here. Appreciate all you guys being here on the screen and in chat. And like I said, if you guys know any veterans that are not here, shoot them an invite and let them know that they should come. I also got to specify that this is the 4-grain single barrel because there are multiple different Stieffel Selects.
Nice.
And I can't feature one of the 250th because I've already featured them as a veteran whiskey of the month. And you guys all know the rules. I'm only highlighting one video. One bottle. A bottle can only be featured once. Goodness
we got you, buddy.
Yeah. Got too much going on over here. So I know, Mark, you poured the Green River 250th. Sean poured the American Heroes. Ben poured April 1.
Yeah.
Some great veteran-owned whiskeys right there, or veteran-focused. What else are you guys drinking?
I got heavy
little Russell.
Okay. We got another Heroes, we got a Russells, and we got a Lead Slingers. Nice.
2025.
What are you on there, Dennis?
The Horse Soldier 250th sample from Mark.
Oh, snaps. You already got one of those samples.
There you go.
Yeah, so yeah, this bottle is definitely not cheap, but it's well worth it and it's delicious. And when you think about what it represents and all the things like that, definitely worth more than a lot of those tater bottles. People spend a lot more money on than that.
Mm-hmm.
James Morgan from across the pond. Good to see you. Gerald's in the house. Thanks for being here. The shit show supervisor's in the house. Good to see you.
Oh, hey, Rob.
Cheers, Rob. Water timer activated. Thank you, Eric. I was going to say, if I could get a drill sergeant out there to shout out, drink water every 10 minutes, I'd appreciate it.
Hey, you get some water, it sounds like.
Yeah, get some water.
Locked and loaded.
Roger that.
I need to hit up Jerry and see if there's any of those available still.
Nope. They're not come and goes anymore.
Tactical cakewalk, as it seems. Yes. I never served, but I have nothing but respect for those. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you. If any of your family members served, then you can still vote in the poll. Let's see how the poll is doing.
Oh, let's see.
Let's see. The poll right now is at 32% Army, 36% Navy Marines, 21% Air Force Space Force, and 11% are representing other countries' military. That is
those numbers
awesome.
up, Marines.
Nice.
Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for voting. Keep voting. Get that representation going for whatever branch you're showing up for. Cheers. What's up, Uncle Larry? Happy New Year, Mark and everyone. Thanks, Rick. Gerald. Almost caught up. Shredward, what are you drinking, man?
I got this here, Russell's.
Oh, that's right. You held up the Russells. Nice.
Happy, I know it was back in November, but happy 90th birthday to Jimmy Russell, the Hog King himself.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah.
I just realized push-ups are coming soon, aren't they?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll want to get
sir.
water.
Pass on
You'll
that
want to
one.
get water before we do push-ups.
Stretching.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We'll get water. Yeah.
When it's fatty, gets on the ground. Yeah.
Hey, I got water right here, dude.
Nice. Got that Paps, though. Richie Z is in the house. Good to see you, Richie.
Hey, Richie Z.
What's up, Richie?
There's Richie. Bendeo, wow, come on.
James Morgan, that is way too much money.
Oh, wow. I don't know
that
about
is
all
way
that.
too
Pounds
Troy, how was your show, buddy?
show was great. Unfortunately, and it was gut-wrenching, had to eliminate the Bourbon Baller tonight.
The Bourbon Baller?
Yeah, we're down to the final four, though.
Right, like I said in the chat while you guys were on, you sent me the samples that week to try. There was like 6 different samples you sent me that way if you needed a tiebreaker. And I'm telling you, the one that was a huge standout to me was the Baker or the Bourbon School. Their blend was fantastic. That it stood out above all the other ones to me.
They got eliminated tonight.
Yeah.
Gandy took them out tonight.
Yeah, so Gandy Road, West Virginia bourbon guy, Jeffrey Wack from Hello Again, Whiskey Friends, and what was the other one?
West Virginia Mike, did you mention him?
Yep,
That was the first one.
Gandy Road. Let me look real quick.
Cowboy?
Yeah, Cowboy Whiskey Adventures, Wyatt. Final four.
Wow. Okay.
Going back to it being the 250th anniversary.
Now with our GMA cover story, 2026 marks America's 250th anniversary, and this new year kicked off a year-long celebration of our nation's birthday. And now U.S. Secretary of the Interior Doug Burgum joins us from Palm Beach, Florida. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being with us. Happy New Year to you. We appreciate your time. And last night we appreciated seeing that special projection show on the Washington Monument for America's anniversary. Tell us all about it.
Well, Will, good morning and Happy New Year, America. What a way to kick off our 250th anniversary celebration last night on this epic projection on the Washington Monument. How fitting. We wouldn't have a country without George Washington, his leadership, his courage, long before he became our first president, just to win the revolution. And now with this 555-foot tall monument to him in the center of our capital city, being projected about the history, the beauty, the innovation, and really the future of America in basically what kids would call a sizzle reel about America to kick it off. And it's showing again tonight through January 5th, top of every hour starting at 7 o'clock. You can watch the live stream at freedom250.org, but tune in. It's an inspiring and patriotic way to kick off the 250th celebration.
A good sizzle reel to kick things off. And Mr. Secretary, you of course oversee the nation's parks. So how are we going to see the national parks celebrating 250 years of America?
All right. Hush, Florida. Goodness.
Yeah, it's cool.
The guy's seen the sun a couple of times.
Yeah, he looks like the nice part of Florida.
Yeah, that was the definition of never mind.
Yes.
Say
But
the thing, Ben. Say it. Say the thing.
Cheers,
No, I have to have more. I rein myself in for the veteran stream.
There you
I
go.
appreciate that.
Because this stream pulls more than just whiskey, dude. So you gotta, plus you have to have a level of respect for, those who serve and this country. So,
Well, Mark, this is not a veteran bottle by any means, but it was my favorite bottle of last year, thanks to another Mark, Mr. Great Shot. If I can point the right direction here, that guy right there. Yeah, man, this is still Austin Nancy pick. Incredible. So I'm gonna pour that to kind of celebrate the 250th, I guess you'd say. So,
there you go. Quite tasty.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome. Well, I'm looking for something. Keep it going. I've got to find something before I get into the next thing.
Tastes like America.
Tastes like Texas.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drink some Horse Soldier in the meantime.
There you go.
Oh, cheers, Ken.
Look at this.
Ken, thanks for being here, my friend. Ken got here just in time for us to raise a glass to honor the fallen. So I appreciate you guys being here for that.
Yes, sir.
Got to share one more on screen. I really appreciate you for sending me this, Orlando. Let me find it right. Find the right. There it is. All right. Orlando sent me an email with one of his former colleagues that has passed away and is no longer with us. So we're going to put Donnie Orr on the board first.
Mark, I messaged his daughter, and I believe she might be watching tonight.
That is awesome. I appreciate you, man. But
and I appreciate you for everything you do.
Oh, absolutely. But he's the first. I saw that he was Army. Do you have any more information about his service? And like how long was he in the Army? How long was he on the force?
He was in the Army for, I believe, 5 or 6 years. And then he was on the police force, I believe, for 21.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And during that time, he was wounded in the line of duty. He received a Purple Heart.
Awesome.
He was on a domestic call and got actually shot in the face.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Damn.
That's terrible.
That sucks, Ron. Well, cheers to your friend, man. That's rough.
Super cool guy. He was my boss for a while and just great guy.
Yeah.
Well, raising the glass to Donnie. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers, Donnie. You're up in heaven, brother.
Cheers to that, man. If there's anybody else on the panel, or if there's anybody in chat, I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes. If you want to just give them a nickname or tell them their real name or their relationship to you, a grandfather, a cousin, a brother, whatever it may be, any way that you would like us to honor someone in your life who has fallen, either that they passed away in the month of January or that they were born in the month of January, because you guys know how the story goes, that you're not truly forgotten until the last time somebody says your name. And so I don't want it to just be about that they're no longer with us. Celebrate their birthday as well. Like my buddy Salise was born in January. He's my buddy I've talked to you guys about a few times before, who was awarded the Medal of Honor when he got killed in Afghanistan, as he held down the bad guys and took rounds and was putting suppressive fire to let a helicopter take off safely. So he's going up on the board because he was in January, his birthday, and same with Reyes. I went to Afghanistan with Reyes. We would drink beers in the barracks together. Before and after that deployment. He was a little loud dude from New York. His birthday was in January as well. He got killed by a drunk driver while he was riding his motorcycle back here in the States.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Yeah, you've talked about him a lot.
Yeah. Let's see. What else we got here? Harold Goldman, his birthday was in January 1946. And those are the people I'm putting up on the board. So if you guys have anybody that you want to put on the board to raise a glass to them, then shout them out.
I'll wait for you to be done with those, but I have a big one for me anyway.
Who that, Ben?
That would be my great uncle. I've talked about him before. Harry Golden. In January 1946, he had been missing in action, and they pronounced him presumed killed in action in January 1946.
Right. That's right.
That's the one that they're doing the research to try and match the DNA to his remains.
Right. I wrote that down. I've already got him on the board. Have you got a new update on that?
Nothing. It's Harry Golden, Golden.
Golden. I had Goldman written down for some reason.
Nope, Golden. And because it's when he's gone. He was I believe he was a PFC in the Marines. I have to double check that. For some reason, I'm not sure if it's PFC. My grandfather was a Marine. His brother was a Marine that was killed in the Battle of Peleliu. So, my shot to honor the fallen tonight is going to be nothing other than Independent Joe's Happy Birthday 250th Marines Hazmat 20-year shot is going to be my shot to the fallen tonight.
I have my unofficial Independent Joe.
Well, nobody else got to do that. I already have it poured out right here. It's going to be a hell of a shot.
Roger that.
Hazmat shot.
Hazmat shot
to my great uncle that I never got to meet.
Still living in the woods. Thank you for sharing.
Raging Cajun shared one too, by the way.
Yeah, okay. Raging Cajun got one. Yeah.
Woods. There's a great website. You can probably look him up.
What's Still Living in the Woods name?
Hey, you know what? Woods. My grandfather was the same way. It's probably where I get it from. So your grandfather was Army MP. Interesting.
Marcus. Hey, thanks, Ragin. Appreciate you sharing, man.
Yeah, I'm putting the link in chat. That's probably the easiest to search for World War II fallen vets. I'm putting that in the chat. So Woods could try to search for more info.
So Woods, my grandfather was a Marine military police. So fun.
Yeah, he was. By the way, Mark, he was a Marine PFC.
Okay, gotcha.
The date they called it was January 22nd, 46.
Gotcha.
Hey, Mark, I got one for you, man.
Okay.
My great grandfather, World War I. I think it was 19. I think this is 1918. This is him in France.
That's awesome.
And I still have that helmet that he was wearing in that picture.
Wow.
I wish I had that rifle, dude. But
heck yeah, that is sweet.
But yeah, my band used that image for an album cover that we did, and
heck yeah.
So what was his name? Shred. What was his name? So you put it on the board.
His name is Kenneth Matthews with one T. But he before I was born in the early 70s, he decided he'd had enough and he took his own life right in front of his wife.
Oh wow,
that's rough.
That's
from what I understand, he was a good dude though. But R.I.P. to him, man.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Him. Hey, thank
He
you.
was at, he was born in, 18 something. I don't even know, but he was old enough to be a teenager in World War One. So, yeah, good dude.
So what was his name, Ken? We need to put him on the board.
Kenneth
no,
Matthews.
We got that Shred. We got Kenneth's name. I was talking about Shred. Francis Scotch Down Under.
Oh, Scotch Down Under. Yes, sir.
Uncle or Herb?
Oh, gave his life at the Battle of the Bulge. Hell yeah.
You know, we did a thing about the Battle of the Bulge last month, I think.
We did.
Oh, I'll check it out. It's in phone service, Roger. Granddaughter.
It's still info.
Oh, wow, James. I'm gonna put James' grandpa on this.
What was his name, James? We gotta have these names.
It was James. I'm put James's grandpa. That's what I put for now.
Uncle Larry got a big one.
Wow. Yeah.
Uncle Larry went to school with him. Got killed in '91. Scud missile. Wow.
Oh wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Sergeant Joseph Angiorni.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for all the shares tonight, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys sharing. My grandmother took her own life in January of 2004. My goodness, Michelle. That's crazy.
Oh, and she lost her husband who was serving. Did you see it? Wow.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'll say straight around. Goodness. All right. I got to grab my glass. I have a dedicated bottle that I only pour when I'm raising a glass to the fallen. It's my black bag horse soldier. I pour it in a Afghanistan shot glass that I got in Afghanistan at some stupid little store that they had set up for us.
Go.
Make sure that there's nobody else in the chat. Time for water. Thank you, Eric.
Yes, sir.
I got my water.
Nice. All right, so we are raising a glass to the fallen so that they are never truly forgotten. We want to raise the glass in honor of their memory and the impact that they had on our lives. Lest we forget until Valhalla. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Wow, hazmat shots are a little warm going down.
They are a little warm.
Don't say.
Was that about 140, man?
It's that Mark.
It actually was delicious too. 143.6. It actually was delicious though on the going down.
So one of the things that we do in honor of the fallen, there's a lot of service members who struggle with mental health during and after their service. And we lose a lot of veterans to suicide. There's an organization called 22 a Day because on average, 22 service members take their own lives every single day. And most days it's more than 22. And so in recognition of that, to help spread that word and acknowledge that that is a serious issue. Also, there is a quote that I like that says, "Better men than I have fallen, so I must train harder." And so we are going to do 22 push-ups in recognition of that. If you are willing and able, then drop to the floor, give us 20.
Put in the work, boys.
I would love to, but I can't do it, brothers.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
I would love to, but my wrist will not handle it.
Do I sound a little off?
No, you sound good.
I just I'm down there doing push-ups looking at the cable for my microphone.
No, you sound good.
I think you sound a little low tonight. It would be good if you could bump your volume a little bit. I hate being fat.
Right. Does that sound a lot better?
I really need to start doing these every day. So
You should do them every day.
I should. You're right. You're right, Mark. I should.
Mark, I forgot what number we were at. I just did 25.
I did 22. I thought we were back to doing 22.
I think we were back to 22 like a couple months ago.
Okay.
Troy,
I could be wrong.
It sounds like Troy's saying you owe him 3.
That's what it sounds like to me.
All right. Are we?
I don't know, Mark.
Three more, Troy.
If you say 22, it's 22.
All right, 3 more.
No, I'll give you 3 claps. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
You got 3 claps for that. Michelle, thank you very much. I appreciate you, and thank you for sharing.
For you, Mark, I'll give you 3 snaps in the Stieffel Nation.
Hey, and
nice, man.
Eric. Appreciate you guys.
If I didn't have crap in my lungs, that'd probably make it easier.
Apparently, I can do 22 push-ups.
Hell yeah, Michelle.
Good job.
There we go.
Love it. Love it. Oh,
I can still do 22 push-ups. I'm just saying, this guy can still do 22 push-ups. That means just about anybody, if you're not injured, like Ray Child is currently injured, you could do 22.
Yeah. I could, but
no. If you're injured, you're injured, dude. You got to heal up.
Yeah.
Richie Z did 22. Appreciate you, Richie.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, that's just good stuff. Love you guys.
I moved on from the lead slinger to the cold zero.
There you go.
Okay.
Cheers, everybody.
Good old trusty horse soldier for me.
Oh my goodness.
Z, you still with us?
He's still doing push-ups.
That's it. Yeah.
Guys, make sure that you drink some water. And I'm gonna grab some more of this Stieffel Select.
I'm going Hero Rye now.
Hero Rye? What? Oh, JD Hero. Got it.
Oh yeah, I was like
34.6.
That's the 250th anniversary of America.
2025 delivered a year full of news. A familiar face returned to the White House. Fires and floods forever changed cities and communities across our country. A new pope was chosen. And after a long, out-of-this-world adventure, 2 American astronauts finally made it home. Hello, I'm Ava Hedges. And as we get ready to ring in a new year, we're taking a look back at the biggest stories of 2025. Reporter Michael Yoshida kicks us off.
2025 began with back-to-back tragedies. New Year's celebrations turned deadly in New Orleans. A terror attack shutting down the city's famed Bourbon Street. Just days later,
we drove up and I just kept saying, my home, my home.
Deadly and destructive fires tear across Los Angeles, destroying thousands of homes.
We wanted to see for ourselves what the damage was, but it's gone. It's gone. It's a total loss.
Heartbreak in Texas. Young girls attending summer camp among the more than 130 people who lost their lives in catastrophic flooding.
Please pray for our community.
And tragedy in our nation's capital. A passenger jet colliding with a U.S. Army helicopter. The deadliest U.S. plane crash in nearly 2 decades.
I remember watching that.
Come on, YouTube.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Donald Trump returned to the White House. Job and spending cuts, tariffs, and immigration enforcement and raids becoming political and social flashpoints. Court battles, protests, and marches playing out across the country. The president claiming there was widespread crime, ordering National Guard troops to several U.S. cities, leading to clashes with protesters.
We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what I'm not
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
A White House shouting match as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, President Trump, and others met about Russia's invasion into Ukraine. Months later, a red carpet welcome for Russian President Vladimir Putin landing on American soil. But the high-stakes summit in Alaska did not end with a deal to end the Russia-Ukraine war. 2 years after Hamas attacked Israel, a ceasefire agreement reached. The last living Israeli hostages held by Hamas released in exchange for the release of Palestinian prisoners and detainees. In October and November, we saw the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, fights over health care dividing Congress, the 43-day saga ending with a deal to reopen through January. 6 years after his death, convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein back in the spotlight. A twists and turns saga from the White House to Capitol Hill as survivors pushed for release.
All right, so we are gonna go on because the rest of this video talks about like celebrity news and bullshit, and we're not gonna watch that. But since we just got done honoring the fallen of the military personnel and people that are actually in our lives, I actually did want to show this little video I found about the more celebrity people that passed away this last year. Because as you guys know, we lost a lot of people in 2025.
Yeah,
that is true.
So
2 people come to mind: Ozzy Osbourne and Michael Madsen.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
That's all I got. Sorry.
A lot of good artists.
You're good, Fred.
Oh yeah, that guy.
When you make something, it's then for everybody else.
Oh yeah, that guy
The
too.
making of it is what you have for yourself.
Gene Hackman.
Forgot all about Hackman.
The little things, when you multiply them by hundreds, thousands, millions, probably eventually billions, lead to a better world.
Nice lady.
Really? I did not do it.
Strumming my bed with his fingers, singing my life with his words.
Good tune.
Yep.
Big cans. Let's go. Sorry. That's enough.
Afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, Norm.
Yeah.
Good cool guy.
Boo.
Fuck that son of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, come on. David Lynch.
Hey, Cheney would have loved last night.
Fucking Ozzy. Fucking Ozzy. Whatever.
Time for water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael
Yeah,
Madsen.
there we go. Yeah. Thank you.
Legend.
Legend.
Ah, really? She was cool.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
I bet.
Oh, Lonnie. Really? I didn't know she died.
That's the guy, dude. Fucking nice. That's the guy. Right here, dude. I got his bobblehead.
Wow.
Euchre.
Do they have anyone military in this?
Oh no. I don't think so. Annie Francis.
I mean,
Well, let me tell you something,
oh
brother.
shit.
The Hulkster.
Hulkster.
An incredible resource.
Oh wow, I didn't know she died.
Yeah, she was pretty cool. Yeah. Land of Famous Stone.
Are you all right, Theo? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, yeah, what? Just drowned? What the hell, dude?
Drowned, yeah, what the hell?
Foreman, yeah.
Foreman.
Oh, shit. I got his grill.
Oh, wow, I just looked it up. Ed Amorello, the 22.
Dude, Val Kilmer, bro. God damn.
Kilmer, man.
He was this year sucked, bro.
He's a great actor.
Diane Keaton.
Oh, shit.
The thing I live for and always have lived for.
Yeah, fuck, dude.
Creating art.
Good guy. Big time lid. Good guy, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shitty year.
Yeah, we lost a lot of people this year.
This year sucked more than I thought.
Yeah,
You know, Mark, would be interesting to see how many U.S. serving members we lost in 2025. That would be an interesting stat to come up with. Like maybe
More
for
than
next
what we're
year
getting,
on an AAR.
Well, you are more than welcome. Anybody is welcome to Google it, and if you find a credible source, then we can bring it up. I wanted to share the people in our lives and the veterans, raise a glass to the fallen, and then show some of the national stuff about national disasters with the mudslide and with Gaza and all that kind of stuff, and then talk about the celebrities and before we move on from honoring the fallen. So. One more again, raise your glass to those who are no longer with us. Cheers.
Sorry about that. It's a little beer speaking.
That sounded like a Barney clip. Like,
Sounded like
Actually, Mark, I'm going to put it in the private chat. There's a hell of a link here broken down by everything, including their names. But put out by the U.S. military. I'll put it in a private chat.
Okay.
U.S. military casualties in for Operation Freedom Sentinel. So I don't know if all, but
peace out, whiskey. Love you.
Hey,
Later, Mark.
Cheers, Mark.
Hey, good night, buddy.
Have a good one, Mark. Thanks for hanging out.
Okay, yeah, let's share this real quick before we move on to historical.
I mean, I've actually never heard of Operation Freedom Sentinel. What is that?
So the Defense Casualty Analysis System. This is something I've never seen before.
That was the first thing that came up, but it's obviously legit.
Yeah. So it is a .mil website. So you guys can see it's pretty valid. Legitimately, and so it breaks down casualty type.
On Mark, I think the most best link would be on the left. It says casualty summary by category.
You think this would be the most best one?
Well, it's like a one pager that shows injured, dead, what happened.
Killed in action, 51 killed in action. Wow. Army, Navy, Marines. And Space So total killed in action is 51, and died from died from wounds is 26. So total hostile deaths is 77.
And what's crazy is you see the self-inflicted. That's the 22 right there. That's active service.
Oh yeah, that are active service. Like they're not out of service. They're not veterans. So still serving veterans. We lost 8 to suicide this year.
I mean, this is a hell of a link to keep.
Yeah,
it was a quick Google, but damn.
Yeah.
And they have it by each operation. If you scroll down on the left, Operation Inherent Resolve, Operation Enduring Freedom, New Dawn. This is wild.
That's neat. I started. It's now a favorite that we will definitely refer back to again. Thank you. That is excellent.
I mean, it's terrible information, but
no, it's a good resource because every month we just look up how many service members are currently deployed because remember everyone deployed. There's nobody on the news talking about that. There's over 100,000 service members overseas right now away from their families and doing whatever they're doing.
Oh shit! What? I'm putting some stuff in the private chat for you to check out later.
All right. So you guys know the schedule. After we honor the fallen, we start looking at military history because there's a lot of history, military stories that need to be told that haven't been told, that our kids aren't learning about, and we're not getting told about. And so I usually focus on Medal of Honor recipients that the actions took place in the month that we're currently in. Before we go on to that video that I have, let's check on the poll, see how the poll's doing. All right, so right now, Army Coast Guard is at 31%. Navy and Marines are still in the lead at 39%. And Air Force, Space Force is at 19%. Other countries' military is still at 11%. Now, there's been a lot more votes put in. That means there has been more other countries' military votes put in as well because they're still at 11%. That's awesome. Thank you guys for voting on that. And we'll see who wins. Which branch is represented the strongest by the end of the night. But we are going to move on to a Medal of Honor recipient whose actions took place in the month.
Hey, Mark, something popped into my head. You mentioned your friend that fell this month, that he was a Medal of Honor recipient. Have you searched if there's anything been made about him?
Yeah, we have watched a video on him, and
that's right. I'm sorry, my bad.
No,
sorry,
you're good. You're good. Since I talk about him on his birthday and the day he died of those months, every time it's come up since he passed away, we've been able to find different pictures or obituaries or videos that were made. We've been able to actually find different stuff each time. I didn't have a new one this month.
Okay. Well, he's still a fucking badass.
Oh, he's a super badass. Absolutely. Yep.
Born in South Dakota, family moved around a lot. I actually went to 10 different schools my first 9 years of schooling. When I came out of high school, ROTC was mandatory. You had no option. In fact, when I got to college, heard that ROTC was mandatory, I thought that was communism, that they could not force me to wear that silly uniform and march every Wednesday and do all those things. But they could, and they did. And it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
Patrick Brady volunteered for Vietnam right out of flight school in January of 1964. His work there was exclusively helicopter ambulance evacuation, known in the battlefield as dust-off.
The missions that we flew were the most dangerous kind of flying because we were required to land on the battlefield, but also very effective. You had a better chance of survival if you were wounded in the jungles of Vietnam than if you were in a car crash, simply because of that dedicated resource and well-trained crew to fly those missions.
Brady quickly earned a reputation as one of the most skilled evac pilots in Vietnam. His gutsy, innovative flying techniques enabled him to maneuver through conditions that turned most pilots back. It was for this reason that Brady was called upon one foggy day in 1968 to make a series of impossible rescues where others before him had failed.
I flew 4 separate sets of missions that day. We went through 3 helicopters. There had been, they told me, 7 attempts to get the people out, and they were unsuccessful. And I wasn't even on duty that day. But they knew I could fly these missions, the guys in my unit. And so they called me to pick up some patients from an outpost that was under attack, deep in the stuff. So I went into that outpost and picked up those patients. It was not a problem. Second mission, second series of missions, same thing. They had 60 or 70 patients caught in a valley under that stuff. And they had several aircraft shot down, and there had been numerous attempts to get in there. They weren't going to let me go in initially. I had to land on the fire support base and talk to the brigade commander into letting me go in. He actually went to my co-pilot and said to my co-pilot, "Can he do that?" My co-pilot said, "We've been doing it. We just did it this morning." So we go into there. We flew right over the top of the enemy. But by the time he saw us, I could see him laying in the mud under us. He can't do anything, because by the time he hears the helicopter and finds where in the heck is it, and then if he sees me, you know, he can't see 30, 40 feet, and we're gone. So I ended up having to go back in there 4 times to get all the patients. We got them all out. And when they saw us break up out of that fog, everybody on the fire support base broke out clapping. So that was half the day. The next mission was some American casualties in an area in a firefight. We went in, and we may have come in the wrong way. We may have got some bad information from the people on the ground, because as we got close to the ground, we couldn't, the friendly wouldn't stand up to help us load the patients, and the enemy cut loose on us. And so we took a bunch of rounds. One of the rounds came up through the floor. They told me later that it went through the controls, but we seemed to be flyable. And so I went around, and then I came in a better way, and they were ready to stand up and help us load the patients, and we got them out. So the aircraft was damaged, and I had to get another airplane when I got back. Now in the meantime, we're flying missions, other missions in between here. You know, there's all kinds of activity in the countryside. So we head down south, and on the way back, I'm monitoring the traffic on the radio, and I hear about some soldiers who are trapped in a minefield. And as I fly by, I see a dust-off bird from down south sitting on the ground there. And apparently, he was sitting there, and a mine went off and killed some people, and he left the area. They started screaming, "We need help, dust-off, please come." And I saw where he was sitting. And I knew that where he was sitting was reasonably safe, that I could land there without setting off a mine. And so that's what I did. And we got on the ground in good shape. So then the problem is getting the patients out of the minefield, because nobody will move. The Americans on the ground are frozen in position, won't move. So I turned to my crew, a medic and a crew chief, and I said, "Go get them." Now these were the great heroes in that mission. They jumped out of that bird, ran through the minefield, and started carrying the patients back to my aircraft. Wow. On the last trip, as they got near to the aircraft, they set off a mine. Well, it blew both of my crew chief up in the air. Oh. And I'm looking out the back window as they're loading, and I see them go up in the air, boom, and then the shrapnel hits the side of the aircraft. All my lights start flashing, and so I don't know if I'm flyable again. But neither one of my guys were seriously hurt. They managed to get on the aircraft, and it was flyable. I was able to get it off the ground, and that was the end of it. As far as fear goes, never experienced it. For me, it was a matter of my faith. My faith was a substitute for fear. And I just knew that if I died doing what I was doing, what better way to die? I mean, what better way for a soldier to die than to be saving the lives of his fellow soldiers? The message that I try to bring to the young people is simply this. We're not born equal. There's no question about that. In terms of ability, in terms of opportunity, we're just not all born equal. Some guys are smarter, some guys are faster, some guys are better looking, and so on. But there is one way in which we are all equal. Only one way, and that's in matters of courage. All of us can have all the courage we want. And that's the key to success in life. That's important, that our children look at that and say, courage is a good thing. Sacrifice is a good thing. The sacrifice of a soldier is a particularly good thing because there's no bottom line to it. Now, people will sacrifice in society, but usually there's a bottom line. They're going to make something out of it, not a soldier. All it does for a soldier is increase his capacity for more sacrifice and also for more responsibility. So that kind of sacrifice is very, very important. And people who have the medal should be able to stand for that kind of a sacrifice.
Cheers to him, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Somebody who actually says we're not, everybody's got something to bring to the table, but everybody's different. No, not everybody's going to be an astronaut, but everybody can bring something to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can decide to sack up for a day.
The point of intentionally landing a helicopter in a minefield is crazy. But then his two medics jumping out and running out to pick up, what did he say, 20 people or something?
Yeah.
And then they hit a mine.
And I have a funny story to go with that. It said that he saw them both fly up in the air, but neither of them were seriously injured.
Yeah.
Now I have a real life story that a guy I know that was in Afghanistan walking on a trail along the side of a Kalat wall, which is a wall that they make around the perimeter of their house out of mud, and mixing mud and hay and water together and just putting shovel by shovel scoop and making a wall around their entire compound. It's just a mud wall, right? So they're walking alongside this mud wall, and there's a victim operated a pressure plate style IED on the walking path there, because obviously soldiers had taken that path before. And so it blows up when he steps on it, and it blows him up, and he lands on the other side of the wall, and he's fine.
Huh.
Because now my theory is that he buried it too deep, so there was enough earth between the pressure plate and where the actual IED was, or something had to happen like that, because an explosion goes the path of least resistance and it blows out. And so if it just blew him up and over the wall and he was fine, it's absolutely wild how stuff like that happens.
Yeah, so he didn't like the dirt pushed him away from the shrapnel, basically.
Another thing though in that story that they glazed over.
Now, a lot of the IEDs we were dealing with in eastern and southern Afghanistan, there wasn't any shrapnel because they were making homemade explosives and putting them in plastic jugs and stuff. That way, our metal detectors couldn't find them.
Oh, so it's just like the concussive power or whatever that kills you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say the sheer amount of explosives, because the picture I've shown you guys of when my truck got blown up, they estimated somewhere between 200 and 250 pounds of explosives buried in the road, and it cut my truck in half.
Damn.
It just all depends on how it hits.
Mark,
I was going to say the thing that was glazed over in that story is that he got out of the helicopter, carried his medics that got hurt into the helicopter, carried the guy that was injured that they were carrying into the helicopter, and then took off in a helicopter that basically was saying, "I can't fly."
No.
Yeah.
That was all like glossed over. That was just like, oh yeah, they flew up in the air, so I got them, threw them in, and took off, even though I didn't know if it would fly.
Well, but Ben, that's the thing. Is like these guys, they never like glorify themselves, so it's like it's par for the course. Yeah, I mean, like I've never.
That's why I'm saying it. Like the guy was insane.
Yeah, he acted like he just sat in the helicopter the whole time, which is not what happened.
No, he got out of the helicopter, got out of the pilot's seat, went and got his men, went and got the men that they were helping.
And now this is all in a minefield, so the consciousness in mind that you are walking on a minefield is crazy.
and then flew a helicopter with shrapnel in the engine.
Right.
Like
Ernest
cojones, like.
Hey, cheers, Ernest.
Yeah, Ernest stopped by to say hi. Good to see you. Joker came by to hit the like. Appreciate you, Joker.
Mark Eric said water timer's off, and he also said, Z-Man, wake up.
Yeah, we might need to dip Z. I like Z's with us.
Let me call him.
Well, no, it's good. I don't like having people on if they're taking a nap. When he's done taking a nap, he can jump back on. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was eating a bowl of mashed potatoes. My bad.
No worries, dude. I don't mind at all. Get your sustenance on.
That was some good ass mashed potatoes, dude. I'll tell you that.
You gotta get some mashed potatoes in at 10 o'clock.
French fry. Hey, and I'm drinking Knob Creek. Good shit.
There you go. Okay. Well, what do we got next, Mark?
We've got another Vietnam Medal of Honor recipient that has a very different story than the last one. I haven't watched the whole thing. I just started watching the beginning of it, and I was like, "Oh, this is a good one."
Mark, before you start, can I just say thank you for this sample? It's delicious. The Sagamore Elixir pick.
Oh, the Sagamore Elixir pick. Heck yeah, dude.
That's what I got poured right now. Thank you.
It's super good.
The Elixir where?
Elixir is a liquor store in Tennessee that fucking slaps, dude. That dude has so many store picks, and they're all fantastic.
Yeah, he's a less known Irene, basically.
Yeah.
Is he also Asian?
I mean, yes. I mean, well, he's from Southeast Asia.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like Middle Eastern, isn't he?
No, Southeast Asian. He's from India.
India, yeah, that's what I meant.
So technically, yes, he is. So technically, yes, he is Asian.
Yeah.
Thank you for the clarification.
There you go.
But yeah, he's a solid dude, very cool guy, and definitely knows his whiskey. Anybody's in the Tennessee area, it's just south of Nashville. Look up Elixir.
I left high school and moved into the city of Houston and started attending the University of Houston. I was a chemistry major and did pretty well, but again, no money. The money wasn't there.
I'll bring that up soon.
And then started to work. Of course, I had a part-time job, but the mistake I made was in the age of student deferments of dropping to half-time, to work a little bit more. And from that point, I was drafted.
Clarence Sasser was drafted into the Army in 1967 at the age of 19. After a series of tests, he was sent for training as a medical aid man.
We like to call ourselves combat medics. Although a lot of medics weren't sent into combat, I always knew I would. It's one of those things you just know.
On the morning of January 10th, 1968, Clarence Sasser would experience his first heavy combat. The battalion commander sent his company on a reconnaissance mission toward the Mekong Delta to investigate reports of enemy activity.
I was on probably the third, fourth helicopter. We go in, and the helicopters start taking fire, rockets. A thoroughly bad situation. One of the helicopters got hit and plumped down in the water. We got off the helicopter. I got grazed getting off the helicopter in the leg. Fire all around us. With the helicopter down, there wasn't any choice. We had to go in. And so we were dumped in the rice paddy. The mortars were coming in, snipers were around. Guys were yelling, "Doc, Doc." And of course, at this point, there's no a semblance of platoon-like unity.
During the first 30 minutes, over 30 casualties were sustained. Without hesitation, Sasser ran across an open rice paddy through a hail of fire to assist the wounded. After helping one man to safety, he was painfully struck by incoming fire.
I was almost hit with a mortar round that almost just totally sprayed my back. Shell fragments are something I'll never forget how they feel. Man, you can hear them all day, boy. They come in, boom, and then you hear it, where they're just shooting into the water, and when they hit the water, you hear it just sizzle, man. I had learned early on that the best way to get around that day was just simply grabbing the rice sprouts and sliding yourself along. You could move better like that than to try to, of course, stand up. If you stood up, you were dead. Especially they see your bag, they know you're a medic. You know, you kill a medic, a lot of people probably would die. It was the rationale.
Despite 2 additional wounds from machine gun fire that immobilized his legs, Sasser refused medical attention and continued to search for the wounded, administering critically needed support.
My job was to care for the guys, maybe get them to carry on. And in fact, what I remember telling one guy was, "Here, man, take your weapon. Take your weapon." After I had finished putting the bandage on, "Take your weapon. Let's try to get out of here." And we went in probably 10:15 that morning. We spent the whole day in the rice paddy. Terrible people getting killed. We spent the night being looked over by the Phantom Air Force. Phantom pilots were dropping napalm in the tree line. Essentially kept them off of us all night, or we all would have died. We laid there that night. All you could hear was guys moaning, calling for their mama. "Help me. There's nothing I can do." They got us out, I guess about 4 o'clock that morning. They tested and came into the area and with the chopper. Well, it was a relief. It was a relief. We were out of there and I was still alive. I was hurt, but I wasn't in mortal danger. I was hurt. I knew me. I knew I would heal, and I would heal fairly quickly. After I had recovered and the understanding doctor had gotten me reassigned, I don't know what he did or how he pulled strings, but they did need medics there. I was called into his office. He was, of course, the officer in charge of the dispensary, and told me that the Department of Defense had decided to award me a Medal of Honor. It was really an experience from my background, of course, you know, poor farm family, and every day my mother and sisters were flown up to D.C. And of course, this was I guess the best thing that ever happened to them. We enjoyed it, tremendously enjoyed it. It's confirmation to me that I did my job. And that's how I had to deal with it, because it was my job. I don't think what I did was above and beyond. I never have. And I don't make a point of it, but you know, being one of the only two black guys alive now, I think it means a lot to the country that I am who I am.
Amen.
That was a rough story, man. Jesus, man. Yeah. And watching your buddies die all around you, just doing all you can to keep them alive.
Yeah.
And to listen to it at nighttime.
There's another thing that he brought up is that He said that he felt like the enemy would target medics because they knew if they killed a medic, even more of the opposing force would die. And I was like, so funny with Geneva Conventions, how there's stuff like that we as Americans are not allowed to do, but the people that we're fighting make it a point to do that. You know what I mean? Like, we're never over there fighting a fair fight. Never. Absolutely not. It's really, really frustrating when stuff like that comes up, to where you're like, oh, we have drone footage or whatever footage showing that there's a guy putting an IED in the road. Let's like lob around with the artillery guys. Let them just blow them to smithereens. They're like, oh yeah, there's a structure less than 300 meters away from it that could have kids in it, so we can't do anything.
Yeah, there's rules that you have to follow that they don't.
Correct. Lots of rules we have to follow that they don't.
Yeah, Mark, I'm glad you brought this up because it's been war crimes have been a topic in the news in recent days, and as you point out, no one else is following them, but we're expected to. So, it's been hard to watch, given my past. It's hard to watch people defending drug runners. If you knew these people at all, you would never defend them ever for any reason. You have no idea what these guys are capable of.
Yeah, like, have you not seen any of those cartel footage that leaked where they're like skinning people's faces and stuff?
Yeah, they would burn you alive in a second if you were in their way.
Michelle from Women in Whiskey says she just learned about Air America pilots when the medal arrived for my grandfather once they officially recognized the A pilots. That's freaking cool. He flew helicopters and nobody ever knew. That's super cool. Thanks for sharing, Michelle. Greatly appreciate you and your grandfather. Elixir is awesome. Yes, he is.
Time for water again.
Yeah, there you go. Ben Deemer. Yeah, I mean, Sicario does a decent job of portraying what it's like. It's not. It's worse than that, but it's close.
There's a Netflix documentary called Narco Cultura.
Are we just gonna gloss over that guy being Isaac Hayes / Andrew ASMR Whiskey /
You're talking about, you love his voice?
Oh, absolutely, 1,000%.
Well, I mean, also just like
I'm saying that dude, Medal of Honor with that voice, the number of panties that guy dropped. I'm just saying.
I mean, also like what I appreciate about that is the realness of his testimony. You could tell that he lost a lot that day.
Yes. Yeah, you could see his heart,
his humility on top of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not to mention, he said that he could not walk and refused medical attention so he could go get his men healed up.
Dude is crawling to help other people.
Brave man.
Through rice patties and bullet hail and just fucking bullshit.
Mortar rounds.
Yeah.
Put him on the board, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yep. That's better than Grandpa of Women of Whiskeys.
No, I have a grandma.
Yep, that we want to raise the glass to Skip.
Heck yeah.
Here's to him.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pour some of the, because while we were watching the video before the last one, poured some of the Green River. So now I'm gonna pour some of the Horse Soldier 250th.
Oh, I missed the Green River pour. I'll pour that because I don't have the Horse Soldier. So
I don't have the Green River, but I just poured some of the 25 Heroes.
Oh, nice.
Okay, well then I'll pour that way because that way I'm at least sharing a pour with somebody.
I'm sorry, I've got Green River. I don't have the Horse Soldier. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good, buddy.
Yeah, I as well. Unfortunately, do not have the Horse Soldier. Maybe someday soon.
I'll just pour more of my Northwest Bourbon sample, Horse Soldier.
But I'll pour a little 2025 with you there, Orlando.
This Cold Zero, I was like, wow, that wine finish, that wine barrel finish that they do on it.
Yeah,
it's a good one, Orlando.
Mark, what do we got next on the docket, sir?
Sorry, just having a little technical difficulty over here. It's mainly operator error, but it's all right.
That's okay. We can talk whiskey for a bit. Yeah, I gotta say, I think the 2025 Heroes has grown on me.
Yeah, it's good.
Hang on, can I just say something? I just read what Michelle said, that she didn't find out about her grandpa.
Yeah.
My dad's still alive, and he won't tell me most of the things that happened during his military service.
That's the way my grandfather was.
Yeah.
My dad has one story of my grandfather's, and the only reason that he has that story is because my grandfather's buddy was over and they were drinking together, and he forgot that my father was under the car working on the car, and him and his buddy were talking about war stuff, and so they got into, like, you know, telling stories, and that's the only story that my dad has.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, like, because my grandfather would not talk about the war ever.
Yeah. Same with my dad. He'll tell funny stories. That's it.
Yeah. And he served in Russia and Germany both during World War II, and he was an MP.
Yeah.
And the only story that we have is the MP story, which is unfortunate. Some guys were off base. The MPs were sent to collect them because they were past their Mark. You can give me the official term, but they were supposed to be back on base, but they had overstayed their welcome off base. I don't know.
You're right. They were out on leave, or they had a pass.
Yeah.
And when they go get past the curfew kind of thing, of when your pass has an expiration date.
Yeah. And so the MPs were sent out to collect them. Unfortunately, what transpired is the guys were very intoxicated. You know, we don't know the exact situation, but unfortunately, they did not recognize, I guess. We don't really know. I mean, you know, it's impossible to say after the fact, but the short of it is that my grandfather asked them to come out of the place they were in. They were in a bar, and unfortunately, the fellows decided to start firing on the MPs, and it got rough. And unfortunately, my grandfather had to kill some of his own men, and he kind of never recovered from that. But yeah.
That's a wild story, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's happened more than once. There's been a few different movies and stories I've heard of where people have had to didn't want to take down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle echoes what you were talking about, Ben, about she hears more about him than what he shared with them, which is crazy. Woods, I don't know what state you're in. I'm sure you can go to their website and see where their distribution goes. I know that their single barrels, the 10-year-old single barrels, that they got a lot of distribution on those because different stores or bars or, you know, whatever military bases were getting those 10-year single barrel picks. And so it seemed like the spread of horse soldier got bigger with those single barrel picks, but they only had a certain amount of those old 10-year-old barrels to get a hold of. And so I'm not tracking any limit to their distribution. No, I know that it's probably going to change because July 4th, Independence Day this year, they are supposed to be opening their own distillery in Kentucky that they've been working on.
Right by Sean.
Yeah, right by Sean. It's the planned opening date is July 4th.
Have we gotten him in touch with them yet?
Not that I'm aware of. I thought he was going to go by there with an application.
No, I think he was looking for a connection, but we talk about that offline.
Okay.
Cheers,
Independent Joe is in the house. Good to see you, my friend.
Out and about.
Have a great Saturday night.
Hey,
Go find choppers. What's that?
Hey,
Jack?
Mark, I'm going to have to peace out, but I appreciate you having me on, brother.
Oh, hey, dude, it was good drinking with you, Shred.
Absolutely, man.
Have a good night, buddy.
Hey, cheers to all you guys. Cheers to you.
Next time, Shred, have a good one.
Mom, Dennis, Ben, Sean,
Cheers,
wherever you're at. Cheers, Mark.
Good night,
all right. Peace out. Thanks, brother.
We're drinking more water. We've got to drink more water than we're drinking whiskey.
Water time.
So we can wake up and do important stuff tomorrow. Will and I are headed to Thailand in March. Wow. That should be fun.
That's a unique trip.
Yeah. My grandfather never talked about World War II. He developed Alzheimer's. Either crossing the English Channel or... Oh, wow. How much he hated the Russians. Roger that.
You were talking about family members not talking about it. My dad was a platoon sergeant, and he never told any of the bad stuff. He only talked about the good times and the fun times. And
same with mine.
He was a country boy, and all of his platoon was city boys, and they found this farmhouse in Italy. And they didn't know what half the stuff was there. Of course, he knew all of it because it was a farmhouse, and him being a country boy, he knew what all the stuff was. And he talked about cooking a great big meal with stuff that had been left behind, getting eggs from the hen house and everything.
Mm-hmm. It's always good to have resources when you're short on rations and whatnot.
Live off the land.
On my fourth deployment in Afghanistan, we were on a base that was closing down. And so after they closed down the chow hall and took all the chow hall personnel and whatever equipment they wanted from there and took them out, we were still there. And so we didn't have any more food. We just had MREs from our trucks that we would have take out on missions. And so our battalion would send us boxes of like the ones that they get at the chow hall that's on the table, not the cooked food, but like there'd be a box of like those little individual cereal boxes and stuff like that. And it was just terrible. And one time they sent us food that gave every single one of in our platoon diarrhea. And the only facilities we had outhouses, like porta potties, and it's summertime in Afghanistan. Every member of your platoon has diarrhea, and you have porta potties. I cannot describe how terrible that was.
It was like take a number, wasn't it?
Because if outside it's 120 degrees, what do you think it feels like inside of a porta potty that every member of your platoon has been shitting in multiple times a day?
Sounds like a Florida construction site.
And so our interpreter, we gave him some cash, and he went out to whoever was closest within walking distance or whatever, and got us some fresh tomatoes and onions and eggs, and he would do that every single day, and so we could actually cook up some food that was worth eating.
Yeah. Thought you were going to,
that's the real shit you don't hear about in the military. That military guys go through. When they gotta make peace with some of the local villages. Like I know my pops did that. That's some of the good stories I've heard from him in Vietnam. But like they got to make peace with the locals. They got to find ways to get food. They got to find ways to get water. They got to find
Yeah, well, we would give them bottled water and bottles of Gatorade, and we'd give them hard candy and shit like that. And we would have our interpreter give them money to give us like fresh produce and eggs.
Yeah. And you loved every bite of it.
Thanks for listening to Grandpa's story. Gonna go find a snack of water. Good idea. Get something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I know my grandfather hated being an MP because his favorite picture was MP buddies holding their MP armbands links while holding their noses. Nice. I do have another Medal of Honor recipient video to share with you guys. Now, this one is a more recent war in Afghanistan.
On his third combat tour, Sergeant Clint Romeshay, by his own description, a tiny cog nestled deep inside the American war machine, earned the Medal of Honor for his actions in Afghanistan.
I grew up in a family of military service. My grandfather was...
Now sporting a full beard, he tells audiences wearing the medal is a burden.
These things aren't given out when something went right. A lot of stuff went wrong.
Yeah.
And it's a heavy weight at sometimes.
8 of his buddies were killed on the day in 2009 when he earned his medal defending an outpost in Afghanistan, which, according to an Army investigation, had no tactical or strategic value. Now, 7 years later, he's written a book about it. A saga whose characters are less heroic than one might wish, exceptionally ordinary men who were put to an extraordinary test. In a place called Combat Outpost Keating, in a remote Afghan valley. In Romeshay's words, the most remote, precarious, and tactically screwed combat outpost in all of Afghanistan.
You never take the low ground. You always take the high ground. We're here doing this. This is insane.
This is what Keating looked like to the Taliban, who were taking their own videos.
When you went out on patrol up to the high ground, you saw what the Taliban was seeing of Keating.
Yes.
What did it look like from the enemy's point of view?
At times, it looked like fish in a barrel.
As an Army sergeant, the only things Romeshay could control were the training of his men and their attitude, distilled in the motto, "It doesn't get better."
That was the mentality. Yeah, this sucks, but we can't control it. We can't affect it.
Starting long before Romeshay's platoon arrived, the Taliban routinely fired down on Keating from the heights.
On average, we'd get hit, 3 to 4 times a week.
So what was the purpose of those attacks?
They were testing us to see what our battle plans were, how we would react, what our response times were.
There were 52 American soldiers at the camp and 6 main fighting positions. The attack came at 5:59 in the morning of October 3rd, 2009.
It wasn't uncommon to get shot at that time in the morning. It was kind of like a wake-up call most mornings.
But this morning was different, and it was all recorded by the Taliban. The Taliban had opened up on the 6 main fighting positions, pinning them down so they could not return fire. Keating sent out its first call for help 3 minutes after the attack began. Fire coming from everywhere. We need something. Soldiers not pinned down had to pull back from the perimeter to a cluster of buildings at the center of camp, which they called the Alamo position.
The call had kind of came out that we were still going to go to what we called the Alamo position.
The Alamo position, that doesn't sound good.
No.
So what'd you think when you got the order?
I really didn't like that idea. To me, it felt like we were giving up, that we were kind of waving the white flag and admitting defeat in that moment in time.
When you pulled back into the Alamo position, you must have had to leave a bunch of guys out there.
Yep.
All the guys on the perimeter.
Yeah, we knew we were leaving, 9 guys isolated on their own, which is a gut-wrenching feeling to sit there and kind of have to call up another man and say, hey, you're going to have to hold on tight for a second. And we're hoping to get back to you, but this might be the last time we say anything across the radio.
Romeshay came up with a desperate plan.
Well, we can either sit here and die in our last final positions, or we can go out in a blaze of glory.
He turned to Lieutenant Andrew Bunderman, the officer in charge.
Told him we need to take this bitch back.
That was the mission?
Yes. Short and to the point.
But then you got to get men to follow you out there.
Yes. It's always a scary thing about being a leader.
Were you sure they were going to follow?
That's all I could do is ask.
What happened when you asked for volunteers?
Had 5 guys stand up.
Oh, nice.
Didn't ask, what are we volunteering for? Didn't ask any of that. They just stood up.
Low on bullets, they first ran toward the front gate where their ammo dump was located.
How close is the enemy?
Closer than what I ever thought I'd see them. 10, 15 feet away.
The Taliban were inside the camp's perimeter, and the command center sent out this chilling message. Enemy in the wire. Enemy in the wire. 1 hour and 11 minutes into the attack, the first Apache helicopter gunships arrived overhead to find Keating in flames. Had they arrived 5 minutes later, Romeshay believes, Keating would have been overrun.
I just watched these 3 guys just walk on in like my game was over. The fighting was already done. I mean, they just literally strolled on. They don't understand we're still here, we're still fighting. their mistake. You're not going to just stroll in here like you own the place.
No.
Like you don't have a care in the world because we're about to make you care.
The Apaches were followed by a B-1 bomber which leveled a village where much of the Taliban fire was coming from.
Now, how far was the village from where you were?
It was less than 200 meters from their closest building to our perimeter.
And they were dropping what kind of weapons?
500 pounders to 2,000 pounders.
It seems awfully close.
It was. Danger close for a 2,000 pounder is 1,000 meters. We would rather take our chances with our own bombs than be shot by the enemy.
Finally, this message went out. Keating reports negative contact with the enemy. But 7 Americans lay dead, and one, Stefan Mace, the platoon cut-up, was gravely wounded.
We finally had that medevac coming in, and Mace was bagged up and ready to be put on it, still conscious. We all thought he was going to make it. I mean, that was such a high moment with everything that had happened, that Mace was going to make it.
Sounds like at the end the battle came down to saving Private Mace.
That's what we were all hoping for.
So what happened?
They attempted to do surgery on him, but it was just too late.
That was a bad
I think those medics did a whole lot for Mace, but I think it was Mace that held on to life for as long as he did, until he left. Once he left his brothers, he knew he could go home.
This battle was in 2009, right?
Yes.
So we're going on 7 years.
Oh, yeah.
Still with you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hope it never leaves.
3 years after the battle, Romeshay was awarded the Medal of Honor,
His interviewer
which struck
sucked.
him as both inappropriate and wrong.
It boils down to why me? I didn't do anything special. Just did a job like 52 other guys there were doing that day, and 8 that did way more than I ever was asked of. I mean, why me?
Because you were the one that led the counterattack.
I think you could have replaced me with any other red-blooded American soldier. There would have been another one that would have stepped up and done the same thing.
After the battle, all the soldiers were ordered to abandon Keating, and the outpost they had fought so desperately to defend was leveled by American bombs.
Mm-hmm.
So
I did not care for
at
that
the-
interviewer at all. I did not like his jokes
at
or
the beginning of that video, at the beginning of the video, did he say there were 52 soldiers there?
I believe so. So it was.
So they lost 7, and then the last one made 8. So basically, they lost 1/6 of their personnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About that, yeah.
Damn. You got to wonder what it would feel like to be 52 people out there against everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just that burden of being outnumbered.
Oh, you can see it on the man's face.
Yeah. All right, so we've covered all the historical topics that I was planning on covering. When it comes to the Medal of Honor recipients, I mean,
That was a great story, that last story. I didn't care for the interviewer. I thought he was making light of things, which I didn't appreciate, but
yes, I agree.
Still a good story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hats off to the gentleman that was being interviewed, though.
Mr. Romeshay carried that one.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. What was it again? Oh, history in January. This week's got nothing in January. I was just seeing if there was any historical events of January, military-wise, that I missed.
I highly doubt it.
Let's see. Yeah. So on Military Days of Remembrance, it says New Year's Day and Martin Luther King Day. There's not a lot of big historical events in the month of January. I wonder why that is, because December had a ton.
Probably because they're still doing budgets for blowing shit up for the rest of the year.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and GTS current military news. So now that we've talked about historical, let's go on to the current military news.
Nothing's been happening lately.
Yeah, it's I don't know if anything. What happened yesterday? Nothing, as far as I could tell.
I'd still like to hear Mark's input on that.
I would too.
Let's see how many. How many U.S. service members are currently deployed? Let's start there.
There you go.
Ooh, it's jumped. It has definitely
Maybe in the last day or so.
Yeah. Right now it says the U.S. has roughly 160 to 170,000 troops deployed overseas in over 170 countries. Japan, Germany, South Korea, multiple places in the Middle East and Europe. And so I thought it was just last month, but maybe it's the month before that, to where there was over 100,000. Now it's over 160 to 170,000.
Yeah. There might be a couple in South America now.
What was it?
Might be.
Was it 4,000 Marines went down there? Was it 4,000 Marines or 9,000? There was a lot of Marines that went down.
I didn't see a number, but it's not surprising.
All right, so let's go ahead and share this. The Department of War does declare what's going on with current. Where are you?
What's going on?
I watched the news story.
America.
I watched a news story earlier today on CBS, and they were interviewing Pete Hegseth, and they had him listed as the Department of Defense, not the Department of War.
They got it wrong.
They got it wrong.
Well, yeah, but you kind of got to wonder why they did that.
Who's the they again? What was this on?
This was on the CBS Evening News. They interviewed him.
Oh, well,
Really?
CBS. There you go.
Imagine that, CBS getting things
All right,
wrong.
so when we go to the official Department of War website, the very first thing that we see here is the capture of the Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro.
Maduro, yeah. They got him.
Well, he was the leader. I heard it's not going so great.
No mas.
No mas Nicolas.
All right, so last night conducted a military operation, a heavily fortified military fortress to bring out the outlaw dictator.
I mean,
narco terrorism and drug trafficking. Work began months ago. So they've been investigating it. They've been looking into it. They've been planning it for a long time. And they did it, and it was a successful capture.
Yes.
So some brave people went down there, and they got the mission done that they were looking to get done. Now, the question that you guys are all asking yourselves is this something that we should have done?
Well, honestly, Mark, that's not really my question.
Because
I think the answer to that is yes. I think the way that we maybe did it is questionable, but I also think that that's maybe neither here nor there. I realize that CNN probably has a different position, but I could give a fuck. I guess my question to you and the panel and anyone with military experience is that I hope that we do this better. Well, actually, let me frame it in the form of a question. What does the regime change look like going forward? That's my biggest question.
Apparently, it's Mar-a-Lago South.
Well, I'm talking about reality. We'll
drinking water. Hold on.
Yeah. And in fairness, we don't have answers yet. So I hope that we do better than we have in the past. Is all I'm going to say. Because Venezuela needed a regime change. I don't think there's a question about that. My question is, I hope that our intentions are good, but I
think, Sean, I think what you're trying to say is that they're going to be same shit, different day tomorrow.
That's yeah. I mean, I am not an optimist. I am a realist, and because I pay attention to things, unfortunately, there's a pattern here, and
it usually involves this.
Yeah, there's a lot of golden oil in Venezuela, actually the most in the world. I hope that we just, for the sake of the Venezuelan people, I really hope that we do some good down there and don't just make America great again or whatever the fuck.
Well, so as it says, the tensions have been ramping up, and there's been a lot of boats and vessels that have been getting struck or detained or whatever situation may be on each individual case-by-case basis. They're doing narco terrorism and smuggling illegal drugs. And so if you can see how the conversation of how do we make this better escalates to taking out the head. The real issue is the person at the head of the helm of the country is enabling this, or he's a part of it.
Or even possibly running it.
I just hope that this isn't another situation where we replace the Taliban with the Taliban. But time will tell.
Okay, so what else is on the Department of War's news and current military news? Was awarded $171 million for what? Oh, this is contracts. Okay. So a lot of money is leaking out of our government still. That's good.
No way.
No way.
That is very surprising to me. I've never heard anything like this. First, I've heard of any kind of fraud or tax money being used in ways that I wouldn't approve of.
Gender studies.
Marine Corps is launching a new drone program.
Cool. Yeah, Woods. I mean, I'm with you, buddy. Like, I really hope that Maduro does not get sent back to anywhere that's nice. I hope that all the worst things happen to him. As far as I can tell, he's a very bad man, and I hope that only awful things happen to him.
We just have to hope ICE doesn't find him.
That's right. He'll just be in this loop of catching Maduro, Maduro comes to America. ICE sends him back to Venezuela. We catch Maduro again. Yeah, we just in the loop of. But yeah, sorry, Mark.
No, you're good. It's kind of funny.
It's funny. It's funny in the saddest way possible.
Yes.
No, honestly, bullet to the head is the quickest method. But what do I know? I had Tai Chi playing. Let's do that.
No, so military.com is also sharing about Venezuela suicide prevention for troops, what works and what still falls short.
Oh, that's interesting.
So the Department of Veteran Affairs is talking about stats and what they have found works and what. So hopefully they start really implementing things that do better.
Fucking Ben Demon.
More. So more about that.
I know. Woods, shocking news. Yeah, we're gonna have Venezuelan daycare facilities soon.
Imagine. So we know that there's 160 to 170,000 troops deployed overseas away from their families right now. And I mean, aside from Venezuela, there is not much going on in military news that they are actually sharing with us.
Yep.
Yeah.
But can we raise a glass to Red? Remember everybody deployed?
There you go. Yeah.
All home safe. Since Joe is taking an intermission for his channel, we got to carry on the flag and constantly red. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'll wait till Mark has.
Yep. I'm waiting.
There was a couple of you guys that were pouring this Heroes earlier, so I'll join you in that.
I'll pour that next.
There you go.
Because I already had multiple glasses of the the veteran-owned whiskey of the month, which is the Stieffel Select. Interviewed Drew. It was almost 2 years ago now that I interviewed Drew. He was an infantry officer, ranger, air assault, all that good stuff. Great guy over there leading as vice president of production at Heritage. He's the one responsible for all those salute to special forces special bottles over there. And I already poured a glass of both of the 250th anniversaries, which someone will get a sample of all three of those bottles here in a minute.
There we go.
When we do
Gotta spin that wheel.
You got to spin that wheel like we spin this whiskey. Let's go.
Cheers. Remember everybody deployed.
Remember everyone deployed. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
So let's get this wheel going. So Bourbon's here. Sean is here. Orlando is here. Dennis is here.
I'm definitely not here.
I am here in the loosest of senses, but
Eric is here. Let's see.
Yeah. Water time.
Water time.
Man,
thank you, Eric.
Water time gonna make me have to water,
H2O.
As Mark waits to take out the dogs till the after stream, I will wait as well.
Still living in the woods. What, dude? I don't remember your name, buddy. I'm sorry. I suck. But I need a name to put you down on the wheel because you're here. So Bourbon Tasting is here.
All right. If you want to, I'm. Well, I don't know if Woods. I assume you're okay. It's Larry.
Okay. So yes, if you are here, let me know that you are here, and I will put your name on the wheel of names.
I said it, and then I felt like, let me check my contacts. Right, you're Larry.
Hey, Orlando's not here.
He was. He's not now.
I'm just kidding. He got up for a second.
Yeah, Larry. Okay.
Blacker.
I'm here.
Canadian Chris is here. Uncle Larry is here.
Yeah,
ASMR
Dennis,
is
you're
here. Rob's here.
Hey, how come you're not?
I am still here.
There I am.
Just had to step away and blow the nose real quick.
I know. I was joking, Orlando. I seen it.
Sorry, Woods.
Like Orlando's not here.
I second guessed myself because of alcohol for a second, but Larry sounded right, and then in my head I was like, "Am I too drunk to remember things?" But I was right. So
The answer to that question is probably yes.
yes,
and no at the same time.
And maybe.
Then I searched my phone contacts and I was like, "Yep, drunk brain is right."
So
Can I just while Mark's doing this, I'm going to raise a glass to Mark for doing this for a whole nother year. Veterans Whiskey live streams, January, did it for every month, 2025, 2024. I'm just raising a glass to Mark because he fucking rules.
Well, Ben's making me 4 more things, so my memory is just going to get worse. So I hope I don't need to remember more things.
Ben, I second that into all of the months of 2026.
No, Mark, honestly, just add on to Ben's. Thank you for doing this. I'm not a veteran, but I'm sure all the veterans out there really appreciate it. So, yeah, thank you.
I appreciate both of you guys.
Thank you for just being a fucking an American. I censor myself.
You fill a very unique niche that nobody else does in honoring the fallen for everybody who has those people that you honor every month.
Yeah, in our lives. No, I would have no reason to speak my uncle's name this month. You know? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You honor every person who has served, is serving, is no longer serving because they can't serve anymore.
Yeah.
The work is appreciated. You are an amazing man. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And dead sexy.
Honestly, Mark, I wish that there was some way to get this out to more veterans, because I know there's got to be more guys that could use this. I don't know how we can do that, but there's got to be some way to get this out to more guys that just need some encouragement.
Right. Yeah. I want there to be more veterans that are like drinking at home by themselves, like that don't have anybody to drink with, kind of a thing. Because I don't know how many times I'm just drinking by myself because I don't want to drink and drive, and I don't want to go anywhere. Not because I don't want to be around people, because I'm a people person, obviously. But I don't want to go have some drinks with people and then have to drive my happy ass home and either ruin my life or ruin somebody else's life because I'm drinking and driving. That's
Mark, all I'm going to say is, with this community, if you're sitting there drinking alone, that means you didn't. That means you just didn't send out a few texts to say, "Hey, I'm drinking alone."
But that's what I'm saying. We got to get more veterans into this community so that they know this is a thing.
I'm just saying, with this community, Mark should never be drinking alone. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
never
My name
will.
is Larry. Good to know. Gerald, you're on the wheel. Does anybody who's watching this live or on the panel, drunk brain is still functional brain? Yes.
Yeah, barely.
Does anybody not see their name on there? There's Independent Joe. Gotcha, Joe.
Red. Cheers, Joe.
Cheers, Joe.
Fucking love Independent Joe.
He is really sexy.
Yeah. And I would say no homo after saying that.
Nah, there's a little flair of it.
Yeah, dude, it's funny because sometimes my YouTube will suggest like it'll have my own videos, like after like I watch one of my videos, it'll say next upcoming one. And there'll be a live stream from like 3 years ago where I watch Independent Joe where his beard was black. And it's so funny. I've been drinking with
I used to have one of those too.
Funny that way.
It's so funny that me and Sean and Ben and Joe, we've been drinking together for like what, 4, 5 years, almost 5 years.
At least 4 years, going on 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had one.
You've never had a black beard?
No.
There you go. Woods has another one for the board.
Augie.
And so does Ben Demon Hunter. You got 2 more for the names, yeah.
Yeah.
Augie and Mark. And
there you go.
Ben, what was your grandfather's name? Was it Mark?
Looks like it, yeah.
Oh, and Mark, and you'd mentioned something about not saying no homo. There is now a term you can replace that with that's actually bad and just say no diddy.
Hey, Eric, Eric, you're not wrong, buddy. You are the antithesis of
So
sex.
do we say no diddy? Is that a thing now?
I've been using it for a year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I believe that 50 started getting it trending, but
so there's a lot more people watching the live than are on the board. And so if you want to be, you don't have to be, of course. If you want to be included in the raffle to win a sample of tonight's veteran-owned whiskey of the month, and since this is the first month of the 250th anniversary of official America, I'm going to put a sample of both of my 250 anniversary bottles in there. So you will get 3 samples of what I've been drinking tonight just for being here. And so if you don't see your name on the wheel here, then let me know.
Yeah. Hey, Mark.
Because in like 30 seconds, I'm going to spin it. What's up, Ben?
Mark, Ben Demon Hunter put his name for you, so you put it on the board.
Ben, you are the king of telling me stuff that I can see in the chat.
Hey, you don't always have time to see the chat. Well, all right, I'll go. Bye.
I'm breaking your balls over here, huh?
But honestly, I don't see Ben Demon on the wheel.
Wait, Ben, where'd you go?
If you don't want me, I'll leave. That's all right.
Is Ben Demon on the wheel? Maybe he is in just a way that I'm not. My drunk brain is not like figuring out.
What's that?
Is Ben Demon Hunter on the wheel? Maybe he is, and I just am not seeing it.
You know what? I'm gonna put him on the wheel.
Okay.
Now, usually I don't put Ben on the wheel
because of Canada.
Stuff to Canada.
Right. That's fair. Canada is problematic.
But if it lands on Ben Demon Hunter, he can nominate who he wants to have it be received by.
Hey, Ben, you just got to stop living in Canada, buddy, and then we can get you some pretty awesome whiskey. Yeah, I'm a Canuck. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So usually when I get put on a wheel and it gets spun, and if it lands on me, I'm like, no, give it to this person, because I know they don't have like a huge whiskey collection like some of us financially irresponsible people. So I still appreciate my name being on the wheel. Just I would give it to somebody else, kind of a deal.
Hey, Joe, speaking of wheels, like there was a conversation we were supposed to have on your back stream that we never did. It was something to do with something. If only alcohol had not been involved, I could tell you more information. But
all right, so quick, how many times should I shuffle?
Wait, is Joe? Oh yeah, never mind.
Single digit number. How many times should I shuffle?
How about 7 for 2 and 5?
Great minds think alike, Orlando.
7.
Yeah, 2, 5, and 0 equals 7.
There you go.
Water time.
And
speak of the day,
we have been gunderstruck. Good times.
Awesome.
And I did it 7 times. Look at that.
There you go. Cheers, Eric.
Some things are just meant to be, I guess.
Yeah, well, I know Eric, and I'll just wait for the message.
If I win, I nominate Eric Gunnarsson. I love it. Oh, Canadian Chris, love it. That's awesome. Oh, goodness. Okay, so we have selected someone who's still watching the live to receive a sample of all the things. Current news. They suck at letting us know what actually is going on in the world, and we're shocked by that. But the
Shocking.
big B has been very present. Venezuela has been crazy in the news in the last 24 hours. And I would kind of defer back to how some people felt about Vietnam. You can't think about what's going on in their country from where your ass is sitting because you don't know. There's a lot of people in, South Vietnam that loved it that we were there. There's a lot of people in Venezuela that love it that we are there taking over and stopping the bad reign of nonsense going on over there.
Correct.
Because they were living in a world that sucked.
There were
heard of celebrating in the streets today.
Yeah,
Right.
there were parades in Florida today from Venezuelans.
And so just like when I was in Afghanistan and I told you that I could give our interpreter money and he would get us fresh tomatoes, fresh onions, fresh eggs, all kinds of stuff from the local villages. You know why? They didn't like us because we threw water bottles and hard candy at their kids. They liked us being there because there was bad people, like just awful, like evil fucking people, like Sodom and Gomorrah. There's no good in them running things, and they were scared for themselves because their boys would get taken, their girls would get raped, and all the money that they had to go to them or whatever the case may
Calm
be.
down, camera. We know he's sexy,
my,
but calm down.
My camera, I know I'm talking kind of sexy right now. But what I'm saying is that the local villagers, the people that lived there that just wanted to raise their kids and, harvest their goats and live a normal fucking life, they loved it that we were there.
Yeah.
No matter how much people that weren't there would say that we shouldn't be there.
Ends up that most people in the Middle East actually don't want Islam. It's just been forced upon them for hundreds of years. So,
Right.
yeah.
And so that's my take on the Venezuela thing. I would defer my opinion to the people that are actually there. Do they want us there or not? If they don't want us there, then we should not fucking be there at all. But if they want us there, they need us there, they're being, oppressed and fucking killed or like whatever the hell is going on down there. I don't know because I've never been to Venezuela. So I can't speak intelligently on the matter, but I can speak intelligently on what I saw in Afghanistan. And the people that lived in the villages there, they were just growing grapes and herding goats and stuff. They loved it that we were there because we kept the bad guys away from their house. And bottom line in the story.
Yeah. Hey,
So,
and
that's my take on Venezuela.
Hey, you know what, Mark? And I completely agree. My only question, as I said earlier, is I hope that we do good things moving forward. And I wish I could be optimistic. I really hope we can do some good there. We can. I hope we choose to.
And this is the thing, Larry. Absolutely. The majority of the people upset about it are not from there, and they don't live there right now, currently. And so their opinion is null and void, just like my opinion is null and void. Because I don't live in Venezuela. I've never even been there. And so I can't speak intelligently on if we should be there or not.
So just fucking Karens on CNN, which no one cares about their opinion.
Oh, 100%. They can fuck themselves. 100%.
Mark just wanted to point out Eric's message.
Is it the message I was expecting?
Yes. Apparently he is sending his offerings to you.
To me now.
That's what it says. That's what the message says.
Wait, are you talking about this message that says Ben?
Correct.
Right before that,
please.
He misspelled it.
I think he said Ben Demon Hunter. Yeah, that's who he wants to go to.
It's not what the message says.
I think with how much he does for us, you just send him to Eric.
Oh yeah, dude. I have got some awesome freaking samples from Eric. Eric has definitely come through and sent me some good stuff. And Eric's just a great guy. He always is my drill sergeant yelling out drink water. And these are 3 bottles that I don't think Eric has, unless Eric already has the Green River.
He might have the Green River, but
He
Mark
might have the Green River, but he does not have the Stieffel Select
Yeah, please. Even though he's saying not to, please send it to him. I will redirect it back to Eric.
Did you just Uno reverse?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm rubber and he's glue.
It's so stupid. I love it. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, so you guys know the deal. We're going to close out with taps. But before we close out with taps, I want to give you guys on the panel.
Your sound just cut out.
Yeah, somehow, Mark, all of a sudden we can't hear you.
What?
Okay, now you can.
Wait a second. I think you're back. Say something.
Mark, stop
something.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, perfect.
Mark,
I have the Green River. Gotcha. So I'll send you a sample of the Horse Soldier and the Stieffel Select. Now this is a Pacific Northwest. It's really close to me. I can drive. They're less than an hour away from me. Craft distillery that are actually doing it pretty freaking good when it comes to this.
Mark, just don't forget the poll.
Oh, thank you. I need to rub my pole out. So right now, when you guys look at the poll in the chat talking about which branch did you or your family serve in, Army, Coast Guard is at 33%. Now the Navy, Marines, I think this is their third month in a row winning highest representation, 38%. Air Force, Space Force is at 17%, and other countries' military is at 12%.
Is that the highest on that one?
I thought Army won last month.
No.
I would have to go back and check, but I know that Navy and Marines have been showing up strong for the past few months.
Marines won last month. As the grandson of a Marine, I keep track of these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just ended the poll. You guys can see the poll stats in the chat there. Thank you for reminding me about that.
Yes, sir.
Is that 12% on other the highest percentage we've had?
Yeah, 12% on other. It does seem high, Dennis, to your point.
No, when there's over 40 votes and it's at 12%, that's pretty dang good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or did we have a 15% once?
No, we've had higher, but with less votes.
Oh, okay.
And I think this is the for honoring the fallen. I think this is the most names I've ever had on honoring the fallen as well.
Nice.
Which is both awful and awesome.
Yeah. Super cool.
No, like Mark said earlier, as long as we mention their name, they're never forgotten.
Yeah.
So
and we're mentioning names, and because of Mark, we're mentioning names that might not have been mentioned.
Yep,
for sure.
So that's why I raised it to Mark again.
Thank you, buddy.
Even though he don't like it.
I'm just gonna pour some more whiskey and carry on.
What are we pouring, Mark? Give me something I can pour with you. Okay, there we go.
This is the 2025.
Yes, sir.
What are we pouring?
Heroes 2025.
Okay.
Mine is too low. I'm not touching it for a while. So I poured my infinity bottle that I stole Mark's idea off of.
Oh, roger that. Good idea. All right, guys. So we are going to close out with taps. Want to remind all you guys that are watching this.
AAR,
go. So if we were going to do this again next month, which we are going to, what should we do the same or what should we do different?
I think it was a great show, man. I think
I do. I think if we can remember for next year, I think some more stuff wrapping up the year, some more numbers and stuff and info for the whole year would be cool. Like I was saying, like how many people we lost in the year and that kind of stuff.
No, that was cool when we pulled up that website that you shared and it showed.
Yeah, I don't know that was totally accurate. We're probably gonna have to do some more research, or that might not have been totally up to date. But I'm saying, like, you know, I think that would be cool, like as a year end AAR, not a monthly AAR, which is much harder to remember.
Yeah, that does sound fun. Yeah, not fun. Fun's not the right word.
No,
I'm just saying, more year summary stuff. There you go.
It sounds more needed.
If
got
anybody
12
else,
months.
anybody else in the chat or on the panel has anything for what we should do the same or what we should do different next month?
No, Mark, I will say this though. The stories that you shared tonight have been some of my favorite stories that I've heard on this channel.
Really? Okay.
As far as just like it felt like these stories had they were given a little more time for guys to describe their stories rather than being shorter clips, which I appreciated. And I mean, and also just the stories themselves were just excellent.
They're impactful, yeah.
Yeah, just I mean, yeah, good in the worst way, you know.
Yes. No, yeah, I agree. Very, very heartfelt guys.
Yeah.
Talking about some bad days. Yeah.
Yeah. So cheers to them again. I mean, just absolute studs out there, just doing the things you got to do when you're a man. So yeah.
Thank you, Richie. Appreciate you, man. Old Line Maplecast. Roger that, Eric. Old Line's great. So if you guys haven't seen the interview I did with Old Line, that is in the playlist of Distiller's Perspective, as well as when I had Drew, who is a Army light infantry ranger, air assault, all that good stuff. Got to talk to him about some good stuff going on at Heritage. That was our veteran-owned whiskey of the month. Make sure that you check in with us next month when we have the Veterans Whiskey Club live stream on the first Saturday of February. But for now, we are going to close out with taps as we do every month. But I appreciate all you guys being here. And make sure you're drinking more water than whiskey. And please be a good influence on those within your sphere of influence. Take care of yourself. Have a good night.